Hey guys, Keith here. Wanted to give you a quick update on what's coming up here in April. A little bit ahead of things, but we want to give you plenty of time to prep. So in April 14th through the 17th, we are going to be participating as a company in the 121 Experience, which is an annual conference that Century 21 hosts every single year. Now, not a lot of our agents have participated. Some of you have, and you love it. This year, we decided we're going to double down. We are actually hosting our award ceremony for our top producing agents that meet certain designation with Century 21 or on our lending side with us at 21st Century Lending. And we're going to be celebrating them and recognizing them in Vegas at the Bellagio as a part of the 121 Experience. We're encouraging all of you guys to check it out. We'll be sending a link. It'll actually be right below. Click on it, read up on it. Even if you're not receiving an award, you want to participate in the 121 event. It's going to be so much fun. There's a lot of learning, a lot of opportunity to network and meet other people in the industry. We want to see you there. Click the link below, register. If you have any questions, reach out to me or anyone on our team. We'll get you caught up. Okay? Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a quick moment to say thank you. Whether you're a legacy Masters agent or new to our Masters family, thank you for your incredible support throughout 2025. This year also brought some new faces to our escrow teams, and we truly appreciate how warmly you welcomed all of them and trusted all of us, both seasoned and new, to get your transactions closed. To our real estate agents and loan officers, your partnership and continued confidence in our teams mean everything to us. We are genuinely looking forward to working with you even more in 2026. Speaking of 2026, we are refreshing our look and will be rebranding Diamond Valley Escrow. You'll start seeing our new updated logo and refreshed marketing materials rolling out soon. Don't worry, you'll still get the same great service. It'll just be backed by an elevated and more cohesive brand. We are also excited to share that we've added a new team in our Murrieta Diamond Valley office. Please join me in welcoming Gisela and Natalie. They both come to us with a wealth of escrow experience, deep industry knowledge, and a strong commitment to smooth, proactive closings. They are detail-driven and truly understand what it takes to get deals to the finish line. We're thrilled to have them on board and know you'll be in excellent hands when you open your escrows with them. Stop by and say hi next time you're in the Murrieta office. We'll be stopping by a few of our SoCal offices in the next few weeks to say hi and check in as well. Of course, I always like to leave you with a few tips and tricks to help make your closings as seamless as possible. First, it is super beneficial to collect as much information from your client as early in the transaction as possible. Are they current on their mortgage payments? Are their HOA payments up to date? If a borrower or a seller is behind, it can cause significant delays in obtaining demands from those service providers. Delays that can absolutely impact your closing timeline. Having this information early allows escrow to be proactive instead of reactive. Now let's talk repairs for a moment. If you receive a request for repairs on your transaction, the obvious next step would be to send that request straight to escrow, right? Wrong. Escrow doesn't actually want the repair request. What we do want is an addendum that clearly outlines any credit the seller is giving the buyer through the closing. Here's why. All credits must be approved by the lender. No credit of any kind can be added to the closing statement without lender approval. Lenders also don't want to see repair requests. They get nervous about lending on a property that appears to need multiple repairs, and some of those repairs can derail a loan very quickly. That said, escrow still needs backup documentation to justify any credit reflected on the estimated closing statement. And the addendum gives us exactly that while keeping the file clean. We've had a couple files where escrow wasn't made aware of a credit to the buyer until after the close of escrow. At that point, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do. It's too late to obtain lender approval, and in those cases, the file had already been dispersed. The cleanest, easiest, and safest way to handle this is to draft an addendum stating a credit for closing cost with the agreed upon amount clearly spelled out and get it over to escrow ASAP. Less documentation, fewer lender questions, and a much smoother path to closing. As always, our goal is to make your transactions efficient, stress-free, and successful. We're here to support both you and your clients every step of the way. Thank you again for an incredible 2025, and cheers to continued growth, strong partnerships, and an even better 2026. We can't wait to work with you this year.
Hey everyone, Blake Corkill here of 21st Century Lending, and welcome to this week's Mortgage Minute. I want to give you a quick market update and share some really exciting training opportunities we've rolled out for 2026 for both our agents and our loan officers. Our 1 minute market update. Right now, we're continuing to see a lot of opportunity in the market. Rates have been moving within a tighter range, which has actually helped create more predictability for our buyers. We're seeing buyers adjust, sellers become more flexible, and negotiations open back up, especially with credits, rate buydowns, and creative structuring. The biggest takeaways: homes are still selling, but the deals that are getting done are the ones where our agents and lenders are working closely together to offer smart structuring, educating our buyers properly, and position financing as a competitive advantage, not a roadblock. Our new training coming up is going to be scheduled as following. Tuesdays, the first and third Tuesday, we're going to be focusing on our broker spotlight specials. These are designed for our loan officers to dive deep with familiarity to our wholesale partners, so we can bring better products, better pricing, and better solutions to the table for you, our agents, and our clients. On the second and fourth Tuesday of every month, we're rolling out an agent training specials. Starting next week, these trainings are built specifically for our agents and will focus on lending strategies that help you grow your business. Our goals are for you to win more offers, educate buyers with confidence, navigate objections, and ultimately close more transactions in 2026. Be on the lookout for those invites. You won't want to miss. Loan officers, Thursdays, we're going to be doing loan officer sales and growth training. Every Thursday at 11:15 a.m., we're going to be running loan officer sales trainings focused on how to pitch effectively, how to present to the agents and other referral partners, how to develop your business, how to scale your production, and how to capture more market share consistently so you win in 2026. These sessions are all about execution and growth, so our loan officers show up stronger, sharper, and more valuable to you as agents. Our goal is simple: better trained loan officers, better supported agents, and better outcomes for our clients. If you ever want support with buyer education, financing strategies, or anything specific, we're here to partner with you. Thanks for tuning in this week, and we'll see you at our next training.
What's up, everyone? My name is Grant Myatt. I'm the Director of Recruiting here with Century 21 Masters. Now, you see me over these last couple months present here at the Monthly Connect, but we're going to do something a little different today. I'm actually going to be introducing a special guest with us. He's actually a part of my team here within the company, and he works as a recruiter for the Bay Area and Monterey. And so, long story short, give a warm round of applause for Johnny Ashton. I'm excited to hear from him.
What's up, everyone? My name is Johnny Ashton, and I'm the recruiter for the Bay Area, Monterey. I work closely with agents across San Francisco, the Peninsula, the South Bay, and down through Monterey. And if there's one thing I learned in these markets, it's this: success here isn't about hype, it's about resilience. In Chinese culture, the year of the horse represents strength, endurance, and forward momentum. The horse is respected not for speed alone, but for its ability to keep going, especially when the road is long. That matters right now. These are demanding markets, high expectations, educated clients, long sales cycles, and agents who win here aren't the ones waiting for conditions to improve. They're the ones who stay disciplined while conditions stay tough. The horse doesn't stop to ask if it feels confident. It moves first, and confidence follows. I see it every day. The agents who stay consistent with their conversations, the agents who follow up when others fall off, the agents who don't disappear when a deal falls apart. That's horse energy. This year isn't about reinventing yourself every month. It's about honoring the process, showing respect for the work, trusting that steady effort compounds. In Chinese tradition, the horse is also about symbol of progress, always moving forward, never standing still. That's the standard for this year across the Bay Area and Monterey for me. Not perfection, not shortcuts, consistency. So wherever you're at in your career, building, rebuilding, or scaling, this is a year to stay in motion, to stay committed, and to keep showing up even when it be easier not to. This is a year of the horse. So let's stay in the saddle, keep moving forward, and let the work speak for itself. My name is Johnny Ashton, and if you know anybody out here that wants to come join our success and get success, call me at 951-704-8532. Thank you, guys.
Who's up? Me? Hey, great job, Johnny. Great job, Johnny. You even had me hyped up. Anyway, Happy New Year, guys. Welcome to the first of 2026. So today is this year. Today's thing is on pretty much how we're going to keep our mindset going into 2026. So I got a few things written down on what I expect out of our company and out of our agents for 2026. To succeed in real estate in 2026, the mindset's going to matter as much as our skills. The market is faster, more transparent, more digital, and more competitive than ever. Here's the core mindset framework that we should adopt to stay ahead. Think like a business owner, not like a salesperson. Successful agents in 2026 see themselves as CEOs and their personal brands. Stay with that. Track metrics, leads, conversions, cost per deal. Be a Karen Myatt. Yep. Use and learn our tools. Treat time like an inventory. Mind shift. I sell houses. I run a scalable real estate business is where your mindset should be. Your second thing, long-term trust, short-term commission. Consumers are more informed and skeptical. Educate instead of pressure. Be radically transparent on pricing, risk, and timing. That means make the price right the first time, guys. Play the long game. Repeat plus referral business. Winning belief. Every interaction is a reputation deposit. Your third one, tech first, human always. I like this. AI, automation, CRMs, virtual tours, all the bullshit that's coming up in the world. Use tech to save time, not replace relationships. Automate follow-up, scheduling, and market reports. We have all that in our company. We're one of the only companies that has that type of stuff to make your business your own business. So stick with it and use it, learn it, do it. Spread human energy on negotiation, empathy, and strategy, mindset. Technology handles efficiency. I handle the trust. Market adaptability, hard word. No emotional attachment. 2026 markets will shift. Rates, inventory, regulations are all going to change. Detach your ego from the market conditions. Adjust pricing strategies quickly. We talk about that all the time, guys. This is year 2026. We're going to start spanking people that don't do that. Educate clients without fear of losing them. Mental rule, the market is never wrong. My strategy might be. So the market's going to dictate what we do, guys, and we have to stay with that. Content creator, visibility and credibility. Create short form videos, market updates, behind the scene content. Be consistent, not perfect. Document, polish, mindset. If people don't know me, they can't choose me. We have a marketing team. We have one of the best marketing teams in the country. Use them. Use them. That's what this is about.
Or
we
Carlos.
have the tools to do. Obsession with value, not competition. Top agents don't compete on price. They differ. Thank you. Hyper local expertise, strong negotiation skills, and exceptional client experience. You know, if you win your client, you're going to win another client. I'm not competing with agents. I'm serving my clients. I love that part that came out today. Daily discipline beats motivation. Get your ass back in the offices, guys. I'm just going to tell you, my top producers are in the offices every day. It's what they do, and it works. And they get around and they do stuff. 2026 winning habits: lead generation every day, follow up, non-negotiable, learning schedule not optional. Boring consistency creates extraordinary results. And then I'm going to go straight to the last one, which is commitment, which I brought up with commitment. Top agents don't try real estate, they become it. And what would when you ask yourself daily what you're doing, what would a top 5% agent do right now? Does this action build my future, or does it bring income? Or are you just sitting there doing stuff that doesn't make it? 2026 is going to be a year that we're going to change the real estate market, especially at Century 21 Masters. We are the largest in California. We're the largest brokerage in California. Thank you, guys. We've worked our ass off to get there. Appreciate it. And from this year's a year, we're going to start fine-tuning our company. We've done a lot of growth in the last year. This year, we're going to start fine-tuning our company. There's a lot of places that we can fine-tune, and we're going to do that, and we're going to keep growing. Of course, we have to keep growing. Without growth, you die. I mean, I've watched them all, so that's where we're going to be. So I look forward to a freaking phenomenal 2026. I mean, I really do. We're going to kill it. Everything points in the direction that we're going to have the best year ever. It all points that direction. Talking to the CEOs, the presidents, the friggin' whoever I've across the board, they've all told me that the second quarter is going to be a rocket ship. So hang on. So I'm banking on that. I'm rolling the dice. So you guys turn it over to whoever's going next. Matt, you're next.
All right, let's give him a round of applause. That was great. Yeah. Adability. It's a tough word. Tough word. That was cracks me up. Johnny, Good job, buddy. Hey, real quick, we have some new faces in here. Please stand up. Let's give everybody a round of applause. If you're at one of our locations, stand up. Give each other a round of applause. Good seeing you all, guys. Let's go. Yeah. All right. All right, you guys made the right choice joining the Century 21 Masters. Ron, turn me up real quick. Let's hear it. Normally he'll start crip walking, dancing, but I was hoping for something cool, get on the table, whatever it was. Hey, welcome to the first 2026 Monthly Connect. Show of hands. How many of you guys actually have a New Year's resolution? Anybody? Not a lot of people? Nobody? New Year's resolutions? Anybody just like, I'm going to sprint for the first time since I was 30 years old? You guys ever see that statistic? You guys know 90% of people over the age of 30 never sprint again? It's actually a true statistic. So if you want an easy one, just do that, right? Right? All right. How many, and I'm going to want you guys to shout it out, and if you're online, put it in the chat. How many of you guys know the percentage of people that stick to the New Year's resolution? Or actually achieve their New Year's resolution. Let's change the verbiage there. Achieve it. Okay, 5, 7. What we got? We got 15, 5. Don't look it up on ChatGPT. Let's see. We got 10. All right, we're pretty close. So it's 9% actually achieve. If you look it up on different platforms, it's between 6 and 12%. Median number is 9, right? So if you also tie that in to real estate agents that make it past 5 years, anybody know that percentage? Okay, 10%. Anybody else? Anybody online? No real estate agents that keep their license after 5 years? It's 21%. Okay, so the reason why I bring this up is not to like deflate you guys if you're new into real estate. It means you got to show up. So a lot of stuff Randy talked about is showing up. Show up to the office. If you want to be outside of that 80% that don't make it in real estate, you be part of that 20%. A lot of you guys are in here. How many of you guys in here, show a round of hands, and online, how many of you been in real estate over 5 years? Right? So it's doable. So for those of you guys that stood up, you can make it in real estate, but you got to show up, right? That is exactly it. So what he talked about is refining our business. This is a good year to refine your business too. 2026 has a ton of things that are coming at us, right? We're gonna hit walls. There's walls in every market, right? But if you don't start now, if you're waiting until February 1st, you're already hitting walls. You're not even jumping in, right? Right now is the time to get back in. Guess what? Christmas is over. New Year's is over. Thanksgiving's over, guys. January doesn't really have much coming up. I mean, Martin Luther King Day, I believe, is coming up, but that's all you got, right? So now is the time to get into the office and actually get some work done. That's what it is all about. Putting your feet down and get to work, right? If you're sitting on your couch, get your butt up, do something about it, right? If you're not paying rent this month, get your butt up and do something about it. If you haven't sprinted since you're 30 years old, get up and get to the gym and do something about it, right? Let's get it. All right. So that's the mindset, right? We want to make sure that the average real estate agent becomes not just average anymore, becomes great, right? That is the goal here at Century 21 Masters. And if you're great, we want to make you excellent. We want to make you a master at what you do. So with saying that, we have some changes coming up to the brokerage. Romeo Arillo, he's one of our directors up in the Bay Area. I probably just butchered the heck out of his last name. It's a tough last name. He's refining our training and how we're going to be doing training for all of our real estate agents. So we have 4 new training courses that are coming out. So the first one is, they're called Pathways. The first one is the masterclass. So this is build core skills. So for a new agents or less experienced agents, you want to attend this class. Build core skills, right? So this is replacing our foundation courses. Romeo is going to be using a lot of our top talent like Terry Ryan and some of our other top advisors that really know this stuff to help out with these courses. But I recommend if you're a new agent in the company, you join this course. The second course is Remaster. So refresh and refine what you know. So if you've been a real estate agent for like a year, maybe you got a couple deals and you're trying to figure out how to get past that hump, this is a course for you. So the Remaster course is a course that you want to go to if you're a year, 2 years in the business, or getting back in the business, remaster your skills, right? The third pathway is Master Up. So scale your production. If you're doing 5 to 10 deals and you want to get to 12 to 15 to 20, this is a course for you guys. We're building out these courses special to these in particular agents that want to build their business and grow their production, right? So for those of you guys want to get to 10 to 20, this is a course for you. And the last course, for those that are doing 20, 30 deals, the Karen Myatts of the world, right, that are here today in the Marriott office, Becoming the Master, Advanced Expertise. figuring out different pathways to help grow your business, but also help those around you that are also building up their business, and just keep doing what you guys do so good, right? And so the expertise class is going to be great for you, helping you with relationships and keeping those relationships long-term. We have a lot of agents that what they do is they buy leads, they service a lead, and they throw the lead away. Is that a good way of longevity in your business? No, right? Those that are doing it right, talk to those clients and build those relationships and have the communication that Randy talked about, is making sure that relationship stands, because when they want to refinance in 3 years and then they decide to sell instead, who are they going to call, right? Did you guys know more than 50% of people that buy houses don't go back to the agent that helped them buy that house? Everybody know that? That's a huge issue, right? So if we follow up with those people, we're going to get those deals. Huh? Tiffany, you're on your way, girl. You're on your way. All right. Another thing, the mentorship program. Any of you guys involved in the mentorship program in here? Show of hands. Very good. Okay. Online, if you guys are involved, please raise your hand. We need more mentors. It is now ran by Patty Rios. She was a coach with the company. She's now running our mentorship program. She fine-tuned it. We have new contracts built out. If you're a new agent or an existing agent that has a ton of product knowledge and wants to help someone grow, like the Jeremy Sellers of the world, please get involved in the mentorship program. It's a very, very good program. If you get a kick out of, Greg Johnson says all the time, iron sharpens iron. If you get a kick out of building up other people and making 50% on the deal as you're doing so, it's a great thing to be a part of. So make sure you guys look out for the mentorship program, mastersresourceguide.com. You can sign up for that, okay? All right, we have a promotion in the midst. Miss Kiana Guzman, she has been promoted to the head of training and regional engagement, so please give her a round of applause. I actually woke up this morning and I texted her right away. Yeah, I texted her right away because I had my bullet points of what she's supposed to be doing, and Robert has his bullet points of what she's supposed to be doing, and she had her own. So I'm like, I want her to really want this job, and I want her to really excel in this job. I want to see where her mindset is at. So this is what she sent me. She said she is here to drive engagement and strong learning culture across all offices. We need that, right? We need to be systematically sound across all offices when it comes to our training and development. Work directly with directors and advisors to support regional goals and your success. Provide in-person training on Century 21 tools and systems. I mean, just this morning, I'm sitting with Ken Morin. Where's Ken at? Ken Morin, and he never even heard about the Golden Ruler. Any of you guys know about the Golden Ruler in 21 Online? Right? So you can know how many people are going on your Zillow listing, Redfin, Realtor.com. He didn't even know about it, right? So she's going to help make sure that agents know this stuff. We're going to be doing trainings on that. Company-wide resource to align communication, supports, and standards, keeping us all connected and strong. The hardest part about being as large as we are, guys, this Marietta office and some of the offices around here have been kind of spoiled, but if you're in the Bay Area or you're in the Central Coast or if you're in the Ventura County area, sometimes you feel like you're not really a part of it, right? And so we want to bring all that together so we're aligned across the board. That is our goal. So everybody's getting the same environment, the same culture, and they all feel like they're a part of the team, right? And that is our goal here at Century 21 Masters this year in 2026. Okay? So that is for Kiana Guzman. So Kiana, congrats. Welcome to the team. All right, last thing I have. Anybody ever hear the phrase energy brings sales, sales brings energy? Okay, I've said it a lot of times.
Yes.
So I come from a background. I was a district manager of Sprint with Eddie Cisneros. You guys, most all of you guys know Eddie. And I was interviewing this guy one time. His name was Abraham Bolanos. And we're sitting there interviewing, and he was going for like a leadership role in the company. And he like, he's going through the interview and everything's great. It's all, anybody can sell themselves in an interview. At the end of the interview, I asked him, do you have any more questions for me? And he's like, well, I have something that I live by. And he said, energy brings sales, sales brings energy. And he said, did you know the worst smelling cologne or perfume on a salesperson is desperation? Have you guys ever heard that before? Right? And he's like, so I just bring energy because once I get that first deal, that brings the energy, right? And once I have that energy, what does that create? Confidence, right? And once you have confidence, that's a damn good smelling cologne, right? That's what we're going for. So what I will say is bring that energy, get that first deal going, right? A lot of you already are. I know Jeremy Sellers already has 3 on the board ready, right, Jeremy? Yeah, we already got Natalie Weimer. We got you going. A lot of you guys already have deals going, right? That's going to create that energy to start off 2026 on the right path. and get you guys where you need to be. When we're closing out 2026 and you're double centenarian and you've made 500 grand, that's where we want to be, right? Exactly. Last word of advice, and this is from someone, I'm not going to speak the name because you might not like the person, but it says, you should never take criticism from someone you would never ask advice from. It says, be you and stay focused on the goal. And why that matters is there's so many haters in this game. You guys are going to have so many haters that just do not like, they're going to look at your marketing and they're going to talk smack to another agent. Who gives a flying, right? Be you, make it happen. Let's kill 2026. Thanks, guys.
All right. Let's go, bro. Man, I want to get some of that horse energy with that good smelling cologne. Great job, Pops. Great job, Matt. Great way to kick off 2026. Happy New Year. Everybody in Castro Valley, do a wave. We got to get some social media on the books. Yeah. Everybody on Zoom, do the wave. Everybody in all the different locations, do the wave. Happy New Year, guys. Hey, so we wanted to start off the year with a bang. We got, it's great. You know, we were in the office last Friday. It was the first day of the year. Actually, the second day of the year, right? It's Friday, and we come in, and we're like, me and Matt were like all excited. We like walked in, we're like, all right, everyone's gonna be here. And then it was like crickets. And I'm like, oh man. And then we got there on the following Monday, and it was packed. It was like a new gym membership, right? Like we had agents that hadn't been in the office since last January, and they're like, oh, we like what you did with the place. It's like, we did that on February in 2025. Like, don't be that agent that comes in January and gets all motivated and then doesn't do anything. Okay, don't be that agent. Okay, you gotta be consistent. It's gonna take more than just giving a little bit of effort in January to build a business, to build an empire, right? So you gotta be consistent. Our commitment to you guys this year, my dad was talking how we're gonna really tighten our belt. We're really gonna get organized this year. You know, at Century 21 Masters, 21st Century Lending, we are very organized, but we had a lot of distractions last year. And the distractions were good distractions. We were growing like crazy. I get to stand in this office right now because of some of the distractions we had last year, right? I get to work with some of the best agents in the Bay Area and Monterey and all these great markets that we now get to serve. But we were very distracted. We were growing like crazy. And so this year we have made a commitment, okay? My dad, my brother, my mom forced us to pinky promise. She said, you idiots, like we gotta just focus on what we have. And so we're going to shift from our growth strategy is going to be less of strategic acquisition and growth that way. And it's going to be agent obsession and organic growth in 2026. That's what we're focusing on. And the way that we're going to do that is a few ways. One, Matt just kind of walked you through some of the changes. So let's give Romeo a big round of applause. I'm really, really excited. He's going to be working with all of our subject matter experts and building these really educational pathways that are proven processes for people to take their business to the next level, no matter which stage of the business you're in. Okay. And then Kiana coming on board, guys, she's just a ball of energy. She's super creative and she's really good at like integration. She's really good at organizing the calendar and making sure everyone knows what's going on and that you guys know what's important and what you should participate in to take your business to new heights. So agent obsession is really our motto. And it always has been, guys. Believe it or not, we're creepily obsessed with you guys. We think about you all the time. That's weird, I know. But we really are. Like literally, we wake up every single day and we just look to have conversations and come up with strategies that we can put in your lap so that you guys can do some amazing things because your success is our success, right? And so this year we're really gonna laser beam our focus on agents and organically growing your business. And so how are we gonna do that? One of the ways is marketing. And our marketing team is fire. We have a great marketing team. They're full of talent. They do amazing work. But I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be really transparent with you. Our marketing team has had probably an unrealistic task. Okay, they are supposed to be the marketing team for a real estate company, a lending company, an escrow company, and 1,850 agents. And that is a push and pull situation that is kind of a recipe. It's a recipe for difficulty. I'm going to be honest, because you bet your butt that I'm waking up every morning being like, hey, we got to do this for this company. We got to do this for this. And they're like, oh, but I have the agents. And so this year we've decided to restructure a few of our departments. Our marketing team is solely agent support. So Studio 2-1 will only focus on agents in 2026. That is going to be their primary focus. And it's going to be less of, asking you guys to submit requests, which we still have the request forms, and you guys can still submit those to get your just listed, your just solds, all of the amazing marketing that you guys can request. But we're going to become more proactive in your business, and we're going to be looking at your business, and we're going to be coming with recommendations for your business. So we really want to be subject matter experts. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We want to be subject matter experts. We want to be strategists in your business and help you guys learn what are the top marketing techniques that are happening today, because it's always changing, guys. I can't keep up. I laugh. I'm on Facebook and my daughter's like, Dad, you're still using Facebook? And I'm like, yeah, I get more likes on Facebook. Instagram doesn't, nobody likes my shit on Instagram. I'm like, but, and I'm not saying Facebook's bad, but like they're going to be they're going to be the experts. They're going to tell you which platforms are kicking, which platforms are hitting, what time to post, how you should approach your farm. Because guys, I'll be honest, some of you guys are doing farming at a pretty good level, but we're in 2026 now. There's some really cool stuff that you can do to really elevate how you attack a farm, or how you attack email marketing, or how you attack different campaigns. And so we're going to literally become obsessed with coming up with the best strategies and making sure that you know them, that we train you on them, and that we help you implement them in your business in 2026. How does that sound? Let's go. The other thing is we're a big ass company, and our digital presence is good, but it could be a heck of a lot better. Okay. And so for a long time, we've had a digital department and we've had an experience department, and there's been a lot of overlap and they work together. But this year we are combining those two together, and we're creating a department that's called brand experience. And it's a brand experience for the consumer, for agents, for people in the market. And those two departments are coming together to elevate our digital presence, to elevate our awareness in the markets that we serve. Because remember, I told you the marketing team was having to do everything. Now we're separating it. They're going to focus on agents, and the brand experience team is going to focus on our company's digital presence and making sure that when you show up to the listing appointment, they're like, yeah, I've seen Century 21 Masters. I see them all the time. Like, they're everywhere. Like, that's awesome. Like, you got a leg in, you got a foot in the door already before the listing appointment even started, right? So that's our focus. That's our commitment. The last thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is some really cool tech stuff, because I'm super techie. So Follow Boss, how many of you guys are using Follow Boss? Everybody raise your hand who's on Follow Boss. Our Follow Boss. We have like 800 people, 800 agents that are using our Follow Boss, our broker paid Follow Boss. It's getting a little facelift in 2026. You guys know that we made that strategic partnership. We announced it towards the fourth quarter of last year in regards to Zillow, right? We're working with Zillow. We know that they're the biggest, baddest home search engine in the world. So we got to leverage.
Hey, Jake, how are you?
We're too big not to. So our Follow Up Boss is going to have additional functionality, which is called Z Pro or Zillow Pro. It's a new product that they're beta testing, and they want us to be part of the beta. And what it's going to do is it's going to allow for you to go into Follow Up Boss and to send invitations to your clients. So let's say you have a sphere of influence, right? You got some A-list clients. You can send them invitations, and when they accept it, what that's going to do is that's going to make you their preferred Zillow agent, so that when they're on the home search environment in Zillow, your banner is right there. Your face is right there. You can see all of their behavior on Zillow. I want you to know when they click on a home in Zillow, because guess what? As much as I have tried to get you guys to use our home search and push them to our home search, the reality is I still use Zillow. I don't even use our own home search because it's too easy. I go on the app, I click it, I look at homes, I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, that's what the consumer does. And so you have to have visibility in that, because I want you guys to be able to look in Follow Up Boss and be like, oh, my client just looked at 3 homes in this city. I need to call them. They're active. They're looking. They're showing behavior that indicates that they may be looking for a home. So let me start the conversation. Sound like a plan? All right. The last thing is Zillow Showcase. How many of you guys have used Zillow Showcase? Anybody in the room? All right. There's 0 hands in this room. How about over there? Oh, we got a few thumbs ups. You guys, I'm telling you right now, if you're not taking advantage of Zillow Showcase, you're just missing out. Like, the product is $750 per listing that Zillow charges you. We got you guys a deal for $200. So in January and February, as listings just flood the market because there's going to be a lot of business in 26, you guys have to take advantage of Zillow Showcase. It is too good of a product for you not to be taking advantage of it. It separates you from the pack, okay? It puts you on Zillow, the largest home search engine in the world, at a different level that less than 5% of the agents that you currently work against and compete against are using. So it makes your listing stand out. It gives you lead opportunities, gives you tons more exposure. Your open houses, they get a little pep in their step. You get more people showing up, which means if you're servicing your open houses, you're going to get more buyer opportunities or additional client opportunities. Take advantage of it, okay? If you're sitting here saying, Keith, that's cool, like, sounds really cool, but I don't know how to do it, and it sounds like it's too many steps, like, don't be that person. Don't be that person that stops because it's a few clicks of a button. You're like, I'd rather not. I kind of got my way. I got my photographer. Like, there's price incentives on the photography. There's the additional exposure. Take advantage of Zillow Showcase. We're going to be pushing it really hard, guys, because we believe in it. We wouldn't have created this partnership with them if we didn't believe in it at this level, okay? Make sense? Last thing I got, Tracy Bonal. Did I pronounce it right? Okay. Did I nail it? Oh, man, I was so nervous I was going to butcher it. It's her birthday today. It's also Elvis Presley's, but he's not going to steal any of your thunder. On the count of 3, let's just say happy birthday because I don't want everyone singing. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday!
Happy birthday! Happy
Robert, take it
birthday!
away, baby.
Ready? All right, everybody, let's stand up. Let's get some energy going. On Zoom, I need you to get some energy going. It's a brand new year. You thought I was going to calm down. You were wrong. All right, let's go. Put your hands together. Come on, let's go. Woo! Hands together. We're going to say win 3 times on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Win. All right. There we go, because that is our motto always and forever, is we are all about winning. As a matter of fact, yesterday I did a class on developing a winning mentality. That's all we want to do. Other than health, the best thing you can have in your mindset is winning, right? Health is always number one, but other than that, we want to win at everything we do. All right, anyone here single? Right? Some of you are single. Okay, you're not doing a good job of winning in certain aspects of your life. Hey, no, I'm just kidding, right? You know, but that's just the way it goes, right? We want to win everything. I said this on the class yesterday. My wife, some of you have met her. She's so far out of my league, it's ridiculous. The only reason I'm married to her is because I have this mentality of like, I want to win. And I saw her and I was like, I want to win, right? I want to win, right? And so somehow, you know, if her sight ever comes back, I'm screwed. But seriously, like, you know, that you got to have that winning mentality. So I'm super excited for 2026. And, you know, but I do want to mention, you know, Keith mentioned that we were going to slow down the acquisitions and things like that. And for everyone on Zoom and the other offices, we have Chris Malamed here, and she was really disappointed to hear that. She was really... No, I'm just kidding. First of all, for everyone here and on Zoom, give Chris a round of applause. Give Chris a round of applause. Because what you don't know is, you know, all these on the back end, all these acquisitions that you know, Keith was talking about. We also moved 24 offices in 2026, right? 24. And Chris told me that's a number she'll never forget, right? That's a lot of moving. Okay, and so to have someone like Chris and obviously our team put that together over the course of a 6-month span essentially is ridiculous. So, you know, on the back end, you don't see all these things, but there's a lot of moving parts. But the reason we did all of that in 2025 is so we moved into 2026 just clean slate, just ready to rock and roll. So we put in the work. And now it's just time to get to work. So we're really excited about that. All right, so I want to give a couple highlights here. We're going to go over our top performers, some of our top performers here from December. So I want to give a few shout outs here. So in December as a company, we had this method of close the year strong. We pushed it all the last fourth quarter. We actually did more closings in GCI in December than we did in November, right? So round of applause to all of you for really letting us do that. But a couple shout outs I want to give, so from that 25 to 49 range, just here, just in this office, we got Fabio Portillo on that list. Great month, buddy. Way to go. Al Galvis on that list. Way to go, buddy. Great job. Want to shout out a couple other people. I know you're in Marietta right now. Angel Escribano, great month there in December. I wrote down here that you beat Ron Umali. I don't know if that's I don't know if that's important to you at all. I'm just like creating that friendly competition. But great job there, buddy. Also want to give a couple other shout outs. Eddie Chavez Aguilar in our Corona office. And I want to give him a shout out because he's like our silent assassin. Eddie just kind of goes. He'll send me a text every so often. Hey, I need a little help with this. No problem. But then you look at the numbers and it's like, man, every month the guy just does it. So I want to make sure he gets a shout out. I also want to give a shout out to Gina Hines up in our Monterey office, one of our newer offices. Ever since we took over, she's been super plugged in, super focused. She's getting over a little bit of an illness. She's good, but still hustled at the end of the year. So great job there. Also in Lompoc, Billie Jean Chadwick. I mean, just one of the nicest ladies you can meet, and just goes in there every day, plugs in, puts her deals in. So big shout out to you as well. And then I also want to give a shout out to Santa Paula, to Jenny Aranya. She rejoined our company a couple months ago, had some things going on, but she stayed focused and she closed the year strong. So great job, Jenny. And then also here in Woodland Hills, he's not here right now, but Adonis Jenkins, great job. Wherever you are, buddy, you're getting your shout out. So someone tell him he got a shout out. And then now moving on to the next range, 51 to 99,000. Want to give a couple shout outs as well. Here locally, we had Enrique Campos and Juan Fukunaga from our Granada Hills office. Big time, both of them hit Centurion as well on top of that. Up there in the Bay, I don't know if these gentlemen are in Castro Valley. I hope they are. But Hamza, again, guy's a beast, but, he finished the year really, really strong. And it says, it got me confused here because I was looking at it, it's like Constantinos. I was like, I don't know a Constantinos, but it's Costa up there in our San Mateo, because that's how I know him. Just an overall good dude, had a phenomenal end of the year, got him another award. So congratulations to you up there, buddy. Hope you're there. Also want to give a couple other shout outs. I know you're in Marietta. I don't know if Chad Power's there, but Chad, great month. Way to go. Up in Hollister, Krista Hansen, you're really plugged in since we took over. Great job. And I also want to give a shout out to San Luis Obispo and Sarah Corliss, who also had a phenomenal month. But I wanted to highlight her because a couple months ago, I had a call with her and I said, what do you want to focus on? She said, I want to focus on higher end. And I said, okay, great. So in October and November, she closed a couple really big deals. So she focused on that higher end. She got a couple deals, and here she is closing the year strong. So shout out to all those people. Way to go. And then lastly, $100,000 plus, we had 6 teams or people. So I'm just going to name all of them, right? Marty Rodriguez, Amy Lee, Melinda Elmer, Joselito Serrano, the Fire family, Matt and Jamie Nunez, and Mina Hong. Congratulations, over $100,000 in GCI in December, right? When so many people are going, oh, there's no business, there's no one buying, there's no one selling. It's the holidays, it's interest rates. And I'm looking at all these numbers going, well, someone forgot to tell Century 21 Masters that there's no business going on. So it's a shout out to you, but it's also a shout out to our leadership team. Not me, right? But I'm here with Alex, Hollander, and Fred over here in this region, but all of our regional directors, Bethany, Steven, Christine, Tessa, Pamela, Armani, Alyssa, Alex, Fred, Jackie, another Alex, Deja, Eddie, Terry, just an absolutely phenomenal job. Oh, and Kiana counts because she was there in December as well. Just an absolutely phenomenal job from our leadership team to really keep pushing the needle, right? And you need to give them a lot of sympathy because they have to deal with me on a regular basis, right? So whenever you think man, they're pushing me, just blame me because I'm calling them every day. I go, come on, what are you doing? What are you doing? Let's get to the, Alex is shaking his head over there going, yeah, every morning. Whatever, man. Not supposed to agree with me. So great job. All right, I want to move on to just some yearly highlights. 2025 highlights. I don't have time to go over all the major things that we accomplished, but I just want to point out this. We had over 120 award winners in our company last year. When you count from Ruby, Masters, Emerald, Centurion, all those things, we had over 120 agents accomplish that. I would venture to say we got to be number one, maybe number two in all of Century 21 in terms of award winners. I mean, we just absolutely crushed it. So great job, because 2025 was a challenging market. It's a challenging time. So to have that many award winners is pretty amazing. We also outperformed the market by 10%. So if you look at CAR shows closings down 0.2%. We were up over 10% year over year. If you not just because we grew by so many acquisitions, I looked at the numbers for each of those offices and calculated it, we were still up. So we outperformed the market by 10% at Century 21 Masters. So congrats. Clap your hands for that one. Way to go. So some really, really cool highlights. And as Keith had mentioned at the very beginning, we have our 121. If you don't know what that is, again, Century 21 does a big event every 2 years. It's called 121. So it's in April. Definitely, if you're one of the award winners, you should be there because we're going to have our party there. But even if you're not, it's an amazing experience. You're going to have a couple thousand people all within the same company. There's probably going to be 30 different breakout sessions, 30 different speakers on different topics, a lot of different things. We will be well represented there. I'm speaking twice. We'll have probably a couple other people there as well. I know that's not a highlight because you hear me every day anyways, but still, it's just nice, company support. So I would recommend getting to that event. It's a phenomenal event. Okay, and then just last couple things. I just want to highlight a couple 2026 goals for the company so you're all on the same page. So California Association of Realtors is predicting a 2% increase in sales and a 3.6% increase in sales price, but our goal here is a 12% increase at Century 21 Masters because we're not average, right? Nobody pays for average. Neil used to say that to me all the time. Nobody pays for average. We don't do average here. We win. And so when I see 2% and 3.6, I'm like, child's play. Right? We're going to do 12 here at Century 21 Masters. So that's our goal. Also, more engagement with the C21 tools, as we already mentioned, and higher engagement with our affiliated services. We're going to make a really big push on that as well. So we've got some big goals. And as Keith said, it's all about you, right? It's not our year. Forget us. It's not our year. It's your year, right? It's your year here. As a matter of fact, everybody say, this is my year. Say, this is my year. That's right. That's right. There we go. All right. This is your year. Just let us know how we can help. Whatever we can do to help. All right, and then Keith already hit on Zillow Showcase, so I'm not going to hit on that as well. Thanks for stealing my notes. Just kidding. Then a couple other things. So Agent X, we launched Agent X a couple months ago. I'll be honest, I was pretty excited about it, but I really had no idea how it was going to go because we've never launched anything like this before. And now we're a couple months into it, and I'm more excited than I could have possibly been, right? Because it allows me to be coaching and getting involved in the dirt, and agents getting help with their Google My Business and their marketing and all these other wonderful things. So, if you're interested in that, let us know. Our goal is to get that up to maybe 75, 80 agents at some point, right? Don't tell our marketing team. They're probably not listening anyways because that'll give her a heart attack. Just kidding, Brie, I love you. And but we want to really build that up. It's a great program. So if you have interest in that, let me know. Commercial real estate. So does everybody here know that we have a commercial real estate division? Okay. Does everybody know that we have the second highest commercial real estate division for all of Century 21? So everybody give a shout out to Jim Kelsey and our commercial division. Way to go, right? So we have an unbelievable commercial division here, and we're even expanding that with regional advisors and directors within the commercial division. But I also want to, as exciting as that is, I also want to let you know we've always had these requirements, but we just probably haven't held people to it. But we're going to hold you to it, okay? If you've never done a commercial deal, you have to either refer the deal or partner with our commercial division, okay? Because one of the biggest issues we get as a company or complaints is when an agent who's never done a commercial deal just says, I could do it, and then we get calls. They don't know, you don't know what you're doing. It's all these other things. So you have to, it's not you should, you have to work with the commercial division. And then if you're interested in becoming a commercial agent to where you can do all the deals yourself, get with Jim. There's just a couple requirements that you have to do, a couple classes you have to take. But you've got to do it, okay? No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We're going to send some more information out on that as well. All right. And then now, last two things. I want to welcome our new agents, right? So shout out to our recruiting team, Grant, Johnny, Jessica, Savannah. Give a big shout out to them, to our recruiting team. They do a phenomenal job, right? We'll forgive Johnny for wearing a cowboy hat on our Zoom, but you know, one step at a time. All right, so I want to give a shout out here to our new agents. I'm just going to run through the list. We had Jacob Lyons, William Duca, Kyle Saldana, Mirna Singüeza, Katarina Matthews, Victor Tracy, Michael Flores, Maria Velasquez, Anna Baker, Farhat Raza, Robert Morris, Gary Garcia, Robert Fetter, Rochelle Krell, Mary Blake, Jason Bennett, Christy Trong, Jim Lynn, Tomika Brown, Rhea Guzman, Karina Solis, Beth Carbone, Alexander Palen, Juan Carlos Diaz, Jaime Sanchez, Brian Nguyen, Brittany Hawkins, Luz Pacheco, Angeline Montiero, Isabel Rivera Gutierrez. So welcome to Century 21 Masters. And my final thoughts is this as we go into 2026. First of all, I want to say thank you a million times over to all of the agents, staff, and everything we have here at the company. You know, I hear this all the time. Robert, you know, we love your energy. We get these 7 a.m. voicemails from you. We love that you do that, you know, and all these wonderful things. That's what I hear all the time. I'm not even joking when I say this. I feed off of you probably 10 times more than you feed off of me. That is a fact. Because I do those voicemails. I get to work every day because I'm so excited to work with the people I get to work with. I love talking to the directors every single morning. I absolutely do. I look forward to the call with Alex, right? And everyone else. I love doing that. I love when agents call me and say, hey, you know, I want to increase my business. I'm going, oh my God, yes, let's go. You send me a business plan. I get so excited. Right? And you do that every single day. So I thank you a million times over for making my job enjoyable and allowing me to do what I do, allowing me to push, allowing me to be this intense person that I am, because that's just who I am. The good news is one of the reasons we brought Kiana in is because she's nicer. Okay, so I thank you for allowing me to be intense, and then she'll be nice, right? So you'll get a mixture of everything. But we're really excited for 2026. My goal is winning. When the company asked me, my final thought is, my company asked me, what is your goal for 2026? We're number 2 in the country as far as Century 21. Number 1 is real estate, Century 21 affiliated. Boo. Look, I'll be honest. We're not going to catch them in 2026, okay? They're big. My goal for 2026 is to at least make them know that we're coming. Because my mentality is that I don't do second place. I only do first place. So I want them to know that we're coming so that they have to start panicking a little bit. And then in 2027, we're going to inch a little bit closer. And then 2028, we will be number 1. Affiliated can't do anything about it. It's over. Right? But 2026 is at least 2026, they're going to know we're coming. That's my goal. And so I appreciate you allowing me to have those goals and push you to get to those goals. So that's all I got. I appreciate all of you.
Let's go. Wow. Fucking A. All right, guys. Well, let's give a round of applause to Johnny, Robert, Randy, Matt, and Keith. You guys brought the energy today. Guys, I'm Blake Corkill, 21st Century Lending. I want to thank Century 21 Masters, 21st Century Lending, and our escrow family for joining us today. We got a full house in here, guys. Marietta, let's let the team know that we showed up. Yeah. So, guys, we're going to jump right into production here. We're going to talk about the loan officers that not only crushed December of 2025, but crushed the entire year. Can you bring up a production slide? Boom. I'm going to read off the slide a little bit. 15K plus right now, GCI. We got Dan Buter, Jose Morales, Carol Leon, and Max Macy, who just joined us in the Ventura area for 25,000 plus. Ranu Mali, Georgina Bolton, yeah, and Aditya. 35,000 coming out of Corona. Michael Rolston's worked hard all year to build his business. Juliana Minardi crushed the month, 40,000 plus. Letty, the silent assassin, Vega, 50,000 plus. Good job, Letty. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Scott Steele, $55,000 plus.
Guys, I want to tell you something about winners, and a lot of these people carry the same mentality as they come to me week in, week out, telling me how they're going to beat the previous month's goals, last year's goals, and they push every month to get production growing. All of these people on this board have more than doubled their production from last year to this year, over just working hard and consistent. And Pat's not shy about her production. Pat is again crushing it. Number one with $60,000 in plus production. Congratulations, Pat. Now, something that's not on this board, and sorry guys, I'm getting over an illness. My voice is going. Something that's not on this board, I want to recognize the top 5 loan officers inside 21st Century Lending for 2025. Yes, guys, I'm all the way ahead of it. I know everybody's production and where they ended. We're going to start with number 5 loan officer in the company. He was recruited at the beginning of the year when we did the acquisition of REA. We got him from another mortgage company. Dan Buter, great job. Number 5 loan officer in the company. Guys, he came in with a couple months behind the rest of the pack and caught up to be number 5 loan officer in the company. Great job, Dan. Now, number 4 is a legend. This guy, he knows everything about lending. If you don't know him and you're in this room today, you better get to know him. He's standing in the back of the room. Greg Johnson, number 4 loan officer in the company. Great job, Greg. Now, this individual, when I met this individual, I'm not going to lie, they were scared of where the market was going. They were timid. They had no clue what was going to happen with their future. And we convinced this individual to keep level-headed, stay positive, grind as hard as they can. And I promise you they'll bear the fruit they're looking for. Juliana Minardi, number 3 loan officer in the company. When she came to us, guys, a little over 2 years ago, she was wondering how she's going to get to become a top loan officer. And what she did was follow another top loan officer, show up to the office every single day, and she's in 3rd place, barely behind 2nd place. So great job, Juliana. Now, 1st and 2nd place it was amazing how close this standing was. So both of you guys better step it up in 2026. 2nd place was Pat Sepulveda Garcia. 2nd place loan officer. She comes to us from another retail shop. This is her first time back into a brokerage shop like ours. And she's not only been successful, but she has thrived and she is hungry for growth. So great job, Pat. We really, really are happy for you. Now, I don't know how this man does it year after year, but once again, Scott Steele is our number 1 loan officer in the company. Now, I will truly tell you what sets Scott apart from everybody else in our company. It's his resilience, his dedication to working, and his ability to show up in this damn office every single day. And that's what sets top performers from other people that just wish they were top performers. So if you want to be a top performer and you want to be a part of the 21st Century Lending family and get on this list, show up to the offices where people are working, and I promise you it will help you. Now, great job, Scott. All right, guys. So a round of applause for all them one more time, please. Now, I want to go over our production highlights for 2025. And I want to start off with what the industry did. We all agree that mortgage rates were volatile. It was like dealing with a toddler and his temper tantrums all year long. The industry itself was up 28% from 2024. So that's a great indicator that we're moving in the right direction from 2024 to now. But 21st Century Lending was up 95% from 2024 to 2025. And that is the help of all of us in this room, all of our loan officers, and our main driver was more than 40% of our loan officers doubled their production in 2025 to 2024. A round of applause to those loan officers showing up and putting out. Now, a huge thing is that we are going to be doing an award ceremony at the 121 event for our loan officers. You guys want to hear something even cooler than that? More than 25% of our loan officers are achieving awards this year in 2025. That is a huge number compared to the previous years. We have more 6-figure earners from low 100s up to 700K or so in lending than we've ever had in the company. And that is a huge win for our loan officers. Congratulations to all of you guys. That list will be coming out here shortly. Now, another thing is, a really cool thing that we offer at 21st Century Lending and Century 21 Masters is dual license. How many of us in this room are dual license agents and real estate agents? Ron O'Malley is the man at it. Georgina, guys, we had more than a dozen real estate agents convert to getting their loan officer license, not to do the loans, but to create an additional revenue source to their business, refer business over to 21st Century Lending. This last year, those agents have not only referred business over, grew their business substantially by another source of revenue. So if you're a real estate agent looking to get dual license and send business over to 21st Century Lending, you don't have to do it. You can refer it to a loan officer. It will help your bottom line in 2026. I highly recommend it. So that was a huge win for not only our agents that were dual license, but for 21st Century Lending. Now, another big win for 21st Century Lending last year was we expanded over 10 plus new branches out of state, and we landed the largest broker in Michigan to partner with Century 21 in Michigan to partner with 21st Century Lending. This gentleman not only has about 15 Century 21s, he has another 18 Coldwell Bankers, and we plan on taking on his company by storm. And we've had a successful expansion year out of state, which is huge. And that's dedication to our staff, our recruiting team led by Grant the Great Myatt and Savannah and everybody else. So good job, guys. Now, this is a big number. I want everybody to understand this. Grant the Great Myatt here and Savannah and Johnny this year alone, Grant the Great, Savannah, and Johnny this year alone recruited over $341 million in production. That is huge. Great job, guys. Great job. Great job. Now, our goal, though, is even loftier in 2026. They are expected to do more than $500 million in volume production in 2026 for 21st Century Lending. And I want to thank them personally for all their efforts this year and kicking ass. Savannah came in late in the game and she crushed it. Good job, Savannah. Yes. Now, the bottom line is 2025 was not just a great year, but it was a year that catapulted 21st Century Lending to become the fastest growing mortgage company in the country. And our 5-year plan is to be the largest, most productive per person production mortgage company in the country. And we're on our way. And the only way we're able to do it is not only the agents in this room, our recruiting staff, management staff, and leadership. So I want to thank you guys all for a successful 2025. And we look forward to crushing 2026. Have a great day, guys.
Morning, everybody. Back here in Castro Valley and super excited for the new year, for 2026, for everything that everybody was just talking about. Keith came to me and said, hey, would you mind being part of the Connect? And I said, absolutely. I'd love to be a part of it. And he's like, yeah, Kelly can't do it. So you're going to jump in for her. So basically I'm plan B. So that's okay. So that's okay. And he said, yeah, my dad's going to talk about mindset and Matt's going over all the exciting updates. And I'm going to talk about that new Zillow program that everybody's going to be super happy about.
Please turn your mic up.
And Blake is going over awards and making more money. And Alex and Kiana, all the upcoming events and everything exciting. And if you can go over contracts and new laws. Yeah. and I said, you know what? Oh, yeah, because actually that's something that we are going to all the offices and talking about over the next couple of weeks. All the new laws for 2026, all the form updates, everything that we have new. And I said, how long do I have? He's like, 5 minutes. I'm like, okay, anything else I need to know? He said, yeah, you're going to go at the end. And I'm like, great. I'm the last thing between, orange slices and juice boxes that everybody has, or these fantastic cupcakes for Tracy's birthday that we're all going to enjoy. So we'll try and keep it short and sweet. What that?
Pat, could you adjust your microphone? Please, thank you.
Can you hear me? Are we good? Testing 1, 2, 3. Are we good?
thumbs up. Yes, better. Okay.
Okay, yes, better. All right. So what we're going to give a brief overview in terms of, as I mentioned, over the next 2 weeks, both Fred and myself are going to be traveling to different offices and doing full-on form updates and 2026 law updates. At the end of the month, Fred is actually going to be recording a Zoom that's going to go out or doing a Zoom with a recording that everybody will be able to participate in and then see afterwards. But just a few little highlights, okay? And some of these everybody already knows and been talking about. Some of them may be brand new news to you. But digitally altered photos, okay? This is a big one because AI, we've all been using virtual staging, AI to enhance the photos, all kinds of different things to make our listings look better, okay? Now, it's not that we can't do it anymore, but now we have to disclose the fact that we are altering the image, okay? Just so everybody knows. Now, one of two things. If you alter the image, you also have to disclose, as I mentioned, that the image is altered, but you have to either include the original unaltered image or a link to it. Okay, so everybody has to be able to see what it looked like before you altered it. Now, when we say altered it, that means that you added, removed, or changed fixtures, furniture, walls, views, you know, ugly neighbor houses, anything of that sort. It doesn't mean cropping it, resizing it, you know, making it brighter. That's not altering it. Okay, so anything in your photo editor, typically, you know, that you have on your computers is fine. But anytime you're going to add, remove, or change something, that's when it has to be disclosed. Okay, a couple other things. This is a real weird one. Third-hand smoke. Who's heard of third-hand smoke? Yeah, okay, Bethany. I had not too until I started going through all these new laws. Basically, third-hand smoke is smoke that is in the walls, in the ceilings, in the carpets, okay, from previous smokers. That now has to be disclosed if the seller knows about it, okay? So the seller has to disclose if he walks into a property and smells smoke, if he sees yellow walls and evidence of smoke, if he actually witnessed or knew firsthand that the previous tenants were smoking, has to be disclosed, okay? That's where some of the new forms come in too, because a lot of these laws go hand in hand with the form. So on our SPQ, there is a section that asks, is there evidence? Okay, does the seller know about it? So that'll all be covered when we're talking about the new forms. All right, AB 851, this replaces the previous executive order and is now California law that residential properties in fire-affected areas, so we're talking mostly in the Southern California area, certain zip codes, okay, the owners cannot receive unsolicited offers. Okay, so you can't just go to them and say, hey, we want to buy your house. Now, previously, that executive order said you can't give them lowball offers. Now it extends to all offers, and this goes all the way through 2027. Okay, so now up here in the Bay Area, not affected by it. Our office is down in Southern California, definitely will be. Okay, another one, AB 2992. This is a buyer representation law. Okay, we all thought it was already law, but this was part, our BRBC was part of the NAR settlement that we had. It is now California law, okay, that we have to have buyer representation agreements in place. And there's been a few tweaks because of the law, the way the law reads and the way the DRE had interpreted it. There's a few tweaks to the BRBC, which again, we'll be going through and talking about. Now, those are just the laws. We talked about with the laws come new forms, all right? For December of 2025, there were 55 total updates or new forms that were created, okay? Only 2 new forms, okay? The RAD and the UOA. 53 revisions, okay? But out of the 53 revisions, 35, okay, don't require any updates or learning, okay? It's just basic modifications that were typos or errors and or we have several different purchase contracts, several different listing contracts, okay? So they made it on one, well, it extends to all the others, okay? So, and again, we're gonna be going through all of these things in a much more lengthy and proper class setting for everybody, all right? Now, the big one that probably everybody's talking about is the RAD, okay? Realtor Acknowledgement and Disclosure. Now, the Realtor Acknowledgement has been around, and it basically just says you are a realtor. Okay, not a licensed sales professional, but an actual realtor. Well, they've consolidated that into 2 paragraphs of this new form. Okay, and the new form has a number of different things that it's disclosing. Okay, one is that It's disclosing if you are selling the property on your own behalf and or it's for a family member. Okay, in the past, we used to have a little disclaimer that said listing agent is related to the seller, or listing agent is licensed professional, or seller's licensed professional representing themselves, so on and so forth. This form actually has boxes you check for that. Okay, and the other thing is it has boxes to check and disclose if there is a referral fee being paid, whether you're receiving it and or referring it. Okay, because that's something now that has to be disclosed to both the buyer and seller and the parties to a transaction. Okay, that RAD form will disclose that. Now, right on the listing contract, right on the BRBC, they've added sections for referral fees if you are sending or receiving a referral fee. If you're using zip forms, if you check those boxes, it'll automatically bring in this new RAD form. Okay. So again, we'll go over this in much detail. I'm sure I went over my 5 minutes already. And again, I'm standing between us and cupcakes. But we're going to send it down to Woodland Hills for Alex and Kiana, and they will finish us up. So thanks everybody for everything.
All right. So this is Kiana's good side, just to start off, right? And in case you didn't know, this is Kiana and I'm Alex. Kiana.
All right, guys. Well, I want
take it
to
away.
share something that we're really excited about this year. Each month in 2026, we're rolling out monthly intentional themes. And our theme for the month of January is setting the standard. January sets the tone for the rest of the year. And setting your standards, your habits, your routines, your disciplines, they're going to be your reputation moving forward. So I don't know if you guys have noticed or if you've been living under a rock, but we have started 2026 off with a bang for our trainings. Robert has done a great class on what he's learned from top agents. So what the secret sauce is from top producers, go back and watch that video. He followed that up with how to develop a winning mentality. And then this past week, we had an incredible Tony Robbins speaker come in and deliver a high energy workshop for us. So this momentum we've got going is real and it's intentional. We expect to keep that going for the rest of the year. We're also dialing into organizations and systems. Hunter Kaywood is doing a few back to basics classes for us on Follow Up Boss and YLOPO. So if you need training on your CRMs, need to get organized with that, definitely tune into that. Alex Villasenor, one of our regional advisors, he is going to be doing a class for us on finding your value proposition. So guys, going back to your why and leaning into that to help you develop momentum for 2026. And then on the 23rd, we've got Alex Hollander, the third best Alex. He is going to be doing...
I'm the first, just in case you guys didn't know.
He is going to be doing a class on how to turn your winter leads into Q1 closings, which is what we all want, right? So we've got amazing classes lined up for you guys. Again, the theme for January is setting the standard. So make sure you make 2026 a year that you remember and is a great year for you guys. Alex?
Why? That's hard to follow. So there's a phrase that I keep hearing that gets thrown around a lot here, and is iron sharpens iron, right? So we're going to follow that theme, and a lot of the trainings that you're doing, we're coming out to a city near you. I'm excited to announce that the lending team and I will be in Ventura next Tuesday, the 13th. On the 14th, we're out in Lancaster. The 20th, we're in Paso Robles. We're coming to share all of our lending nuggets with you guys. We're excited to help you make 2026 a successful year. Along with that, I'd like to invite you all realtor partners to talk to your favorite 21st Century Lending about our UWM event coming up March 10th. That's exciting. That's set up to help you end this year with a bang. Anything else?
That's it, you guys.
Shutting it down.
2026.
Thank you.
Thank you.